Hello, I'm FTX Toycat, and everyone is very excited for 1.16 being the Nether update, but few people stop to question why exactly are they updating the Nether, and why did they choose now of all times? And honestly, some people answer this by going, well, they've wanted to add Netherite for at least a couple of updates now, and it makes sense that a tool above Diamond has to be obtainable through the Nether, so yeah, Netherite and the Nether kind of have to go together, and maybe you look at it and you say, all of these brand new blocks they wanted to add to the game, make way more sense in the Nether than the overworld. They wanted to have a block update, and the easiest way to add new blocks to the game is in a brand new dimension. I could see that argument too. Maybe it's just about finishing the Nether the way it originally was meant to be. I mean, Crying Obsidian finally has a use. You can finally respawn in the Nether. These things have finally been added after all of these years, but personally, I think the real answer has been under our noses the entire time. I think the most important feature in this update to Mojang is actually the ruined portals. And in today's video, I want to explain exactly what the real reason is behind the update, in my opinion, because I think the real answer might just be a surprise to you based on the actual statistics, which were a huge surprise to me when I was researching this video. So allow me to start by explaining that Mojang put out a little bit of a press release recently explaining how less than half of Minecraft players had been to the Nether. So a few days ago, Microsoft put out a press announcement, and in it they confirmed that the majority of Minecraft players had never been through one of these portals and into the Hell Dimension. That was something I decided to repost on Twitter, and the amount of shock that generated, like the amount of disbelief even, where people said, nah, that's definitely not true. The majority of Minecraft players must have been to the Netherite. It's something you've done so early in your Minecraft journey that it just seems like something every Minecraft player has done. But then I decided to dive into the publicly available statistics, and what really shocked me here is that they actually under-exaggerated when they said a majority of players haven't been to the Nether. It's actually a lot worse than 51% or whatever number you're imagining. Because if we go to the Xbox achievements, they added a feature in the last few years that allows you to see what percentage of players have unlocked a particular achievement, and using the Xbox Console Companion app, I can show you right here exactly how many players have unlocked, say, open your inventory. It is 68.85% of players, which is really, really low for any achievement, like a really basic one in any game, but given that this achievement, all it requires you to do is open your inventory, it is staggering to a lot of people that 31% of players have never opened their inventory, except in reality what this means is the way Minecraft Bedrock works is if you have any cheats or creative enabled, you cannot unlock achievements, which means that this achievement would not have been unlocked by 31% of players, not because they play Minecraft without opening their inventory, but instead because they never play Minecraft in survival, with their achievements turned on, with cheats turned off, no keep inventory, no messing around with commands, etc. And as a result of that, that really just tells us that 31% of players only play creative and cheats turned on, and 69% of players, roughly, play with the cheats turned off and with survival at least some amount of the time. So now we know we've got a base sample of 69% of players who have played survival Minecraft without cheats at some point, and we can tell that of those 69% of players, the vast majority of them get to the point where they harvest leather. I mean, 51% of those players, kill a cow or kill a horse at some point. Actually, it has to be a cow for this achievement, I think. But you know, it's a little bit ambiguous. But yeah, killing a cow is something that 18% of Minecraft players choose not to do, or maybe they just stop playing by that point. Either way, we can tell that killing a cow is not something every Minecraft player has done. But yeah, the interesting one that you obviously want to get to is how many players have constructed a Nether portal. It's 21.35% on the Xbox, edition of Minecraft. So that means that of every player who has opened Minecraft in survival, fewer than a third of them construct a Nether portal. That is crazy low when you really think about it. But what is more staggering is that if we go to Minecraft for Windows 10, you can see how that exact same achievement has only been unlocked by 7.88% of gamers, of people who have played Minecraft Windows 10. Even if we're generous and we assume that like the majority of players who obviously don't have play achievements in creative have been, or with survival, sorry, have been to the Nether, we could still say that like, oh yeah, at a minimum only 8% of players, and at very, very highest estimates like 30-40% of Minecraft players have been to the Nether. But the vast majority of players have never even made one of these, never even experienced that dimension, and that is staggering when you realize that 8%, and keep in mind, you can see that like, oh yeah, 12% of people make a full suit of iron armor. People make iron armor, they survive in the overworld, they do a lot of things, but one of the things they don't do is go to the Nether, apparently, in large numbers. It gets even more depressing when you see that like, oh yeah, one of the great ways to indicate that you're like big on the Nether is if you've killed a ghast with its own fireball. 2.46% of players have done this, which again, using that that same 8% baseline for the Nether, means about a third of people who go to the Nether have ever sent a ghast fireball back to it, which means most Minecraft players don't know about the Nether, or haven't been there at least, and most Minecraft players who have been to the Nether don't even know about one of the first tips that a lot of people know, that you can knock a ghast fireball back to it. And it makes sense, right? Like, if you are playing Minecraft without any outside influence, how do you know about the Wither? There is no way to know that you construct it using 4 soul sand and some Wither skulls. That's why the vast majority of players, ignoring the effort, have never, even spawned in the Wither, let alone the much smaller percentage of players who have killed the Wither. And that's ignoring that 0.3% of those people even make a beacon, because, I mean, you might not know about that recipe, for instance. Yeah, the fact that when they make a piece of late game content like the Wither, only 1 in 300 players will experience that in survival, even if we assume it's 10 times as many in creative. That's 1 in 30 players enjoying that, and 29 in 30 not being able to. And that's why all of this Nether stuff they've added over the past decade or so, I mean, it's even the way you get to the end, right? Which, again, most people have not done, we can tell. The fact that the vast majority of Minecraft players don't get to experience even the ending of Minecraft and all these other features is one of the reasons why I think the Nether update makes sense right now, as a way not only to, make the feature better for existing players. I mean, your Nether is about to get so much cooler, even if you already play Minecraft. But more importantly, for the average player who plays Minecraft, who doesn't really use that much outside influence, I mean, you kind of need to use outside influence just to do pretty much anything in Minecraft, or you can use the how to play section, but let's be honest, how many of you know that there's a how to play section right here, and it'll teach you how to do things, including, by the way, going to the Nether? But again, most games know that if you want to teach people about the Nether, this is not the examples of Nether portal construction as shown right here. This does not help you go to the Nether, and even if it did, most people know that a game tutorial can't be in some sub-menu somewhere. That's not going to help many people out, given that Minecraft Bedrock has no tutorial. Most people, I mean, Minecraft Java doesn't either, most people won't learn about the Nether portal, but maybe if while exploring your world, you run across one of these and you see it's got a shape like this, and it's missing just a single block, perhaps, you might look at that and go, what happens if I fill this block in? And it's like, oh, nothing. And it's like, didn't I see that there was this portal that was lit up or something? And then maybe if you try an explosion nearby, or if you just try lighting it on fire, then you'll be able to go to the Nether and you'll see an entirely brand new dimension. Sure, that might seem like a massive exaggeration, but consider this. You're exploring the Minecraft world, enjoying the sights it has to offer. When you run across one of these things, you have no idea about the Nether because you haven't watched a video about Minecraft like clearly all of you have. You stumble across one of these things, you see that clearly there's some hint about gold around there. I mean, at the very least, you can take the gold, or you can see that there's some hint that there's some gold found through here, although in a mesa that's a bit of a confusing message. But regardless of that point, all you need to do is look around for this chest, and the chest will give you hints as to what to do over here. Oh, there's gold, here's some fire charges, and here's some iron. Also, there's literally flint and steel. It literally tells you that fire plus this structure equals gold, and again, it does it in a very subtle, very, not telling way, and yeah, basically by doing that, I wouldn't actually say it's subtle, I'd say it's directly on the nose. It's saying, hey, gold, obsidian, fire. Piece it together, and then you can go to a brand new dimension in Minecraft. And I think the reason they're doing this is not just because, hey, getting more people to the Nether seems really useful, right? I mean, it definitely does. But I think the reason they're doing this is because the updates from Minecraft, 1.9 to 1.11 really had a lack of a theme that helped people play survival Minecraft. Survival is the part of Minecraft they obviously focus on the most, but the problem with those updates is they didn't really have a clear focus. One community was happy with each of those updates. Again, a subset of Minecraft was happy with 1.9, a subset of Minecraft was happy with 1.11, no one was happy with 1.10, everyone just accepts that polar bears are a thing, but the thing that they started doing different was making themed updates, and when they made the update Aquatic, it was great, but the reason the Village and Pillage update succeeded so much more than the update Aquatic, in my opinion, was because it focused on a part of the game that everyone's experienced already, and it made it better and more intuitive, and with much clearer rules. Right now, it's very easy to understand how villages work. There's XP, it's all very visible to you. You can break the tables to get new villagers. It's very simple to understand how villages work, how you can get more of them, etc, etc. And basically it makes that part of Minecraft much, much easier. More and more people are enjoying villages, I would say, and what they want to do is they want to make the path between Minecraft and the end significantly more enjoyable. The reason I say this is because if you think about the Nether, it is still, right now, even after all these updates, the only way to get blaze rods, which means if you want to go to the end, the only way, besides using a specific seed, need is to use a Nether portal. But if most players, if 90-something% of Minecraft players never go through a Nether portal, then what's the point even? What's the point of having an end if most players can't even go to the dimension to get the pieces they need to realize it? So adding a adding a Nether portal into Minecraft is a way not just to make the Nether more accessible, but by extension the entirety of Minecraft, and by extension the other dimension in Minecraft, because a second dimension is nice. But here's the deal, only 4.13% of players have even relieved a blaze off its rod. Again, that means they found a Nether fortress, they killed a blaze and got the blaze rod. Some of those players will have no idea why blaze rods are important. Maybe they'll know it's for potion and brewing stuff based on the crafting recipes, but a lot of those players won't know that you can make blaze powder, you can combine that with ender pearls. Then if you combine those two things and you throw that item, it will lead you towards a stronghold. Then if you take enough of those, you put it in the stronghold, you can go to the end. And that's why so few players have been to the end, because getting this blaze rod in the first place is something so few players have been able to do, let alone have the ability to do. I think it's all down to making the pathway between spawning in and beating Minecraft, if that is your goal, easier to do without having to follow online tutorials and guides and stuff. I mean, Minecraft is a game that thrives on that. It's made a YouTube community bigger than any other. That was recently confirmed that Minecraft is still the #1 game on YouTube. But if you can play Minecraft for 100 days, which 4.6% of players have done, and statistically, some of those players, I mean, again, at least, like 0.5% of those players, right? 1 in every 9 players who have played for 100 Minecraft days have never killed a blaze and gotten a blaze rod, which means they can't even have the option to try and beat Minecraft. A lot of people see Minecraft as this block placing game, and it totally is that, but the fact that only 1 in 65 Minecraft players ever enters the end portal is kind of a tragedy, and that's why, if you think about Minecraft updates as being primarily to update the vanilla survival experience, and that's what Jibber said it is, mods can obviously do their separate thing anyway, he's never going to compete with mods, but the goal is to make the survival experience in Minecraft better in every update. Part of the way you can do that is adding new features for people to enjoy, like the update Aquatic did with its brand new, underwater ships and all the new biomes and stuff. That is one way to update Minecraft. Another clever way to increase the amount of content is both to add new content for people to explore and also make it easier for existing players to explore. If 64 in every 65 Minecraft players have never been to the end, if you make an update that makes it more likely that even just a few of those players can go there because they go to the Nether where they find the blaze rods, where they now know they can make this stuff, by making more pathways to existing content, you can unlock more ways for people to do things that we all take for granted, but again, in fact, a lot of people don't. I even get comments on my live streams whenever I speedrun Minecraft, like, wow, I've never killed the Ender Dragon until you say so, and again, the statistics back that one up. It is crazy to see how low a percentage of Minecraft players have done some things that you might think of as just being fundamentally easy, right? And that's because there's a lot of Minecraft stuff that you only really know about by looking up online or by looking at the achievements or by doing something like that. They're not intuitive in the game at all. I mean, here's a weird one. Breeding a mule from a horse and a donkey. It's the only 2 mobs in the game that aren't the same that can breed. You have to know about the fact that mules exist in real life, or again, this achievement or something, and even then mules aren't so useful. So 1 in every 250 players has done it, but 249 in 250 players have not. Again, unless they're creative or using cheats. But yeah, the fact that the base survival game is enjoyed by so few at the later stages, despite the fact that 69% of players have unlock their inventory, tells us a lot about Minecraft and its future. The fact of this update is that perhaps the most important singular feature for Mojang is the ruined portals, because this allows so many new players to experience something they've never done before. Because if you only vaguely follow Minecraft updates, you know there's a Nether update, but what even is that? You might decide to go to the Nether just for that single reason. But if you hear about the Nether update and then you see one of these things and it looks vaguely like that promotional material you see, a lot of players who me and you follow Minecraft updates very clearly, very much. A lot of players are on the same page, but the majority do not, and to make it more intuitive and more easy is a great way to make the Nether a more accessible experience. And now all we need to do is get ourselves some obsidian, and we can enjoy that too. And wow, what do you know, I just so happen to have some water, which I can use this lava with to get some more obsidian on the surface. Again, another way to go to the Nether, by the way. Speedrunning Minecraft gets a tiny bit easier for this update, for this reason, and a few others. But yeah, basically, wow, we can get some obsidian. We can combine this with a fire charge from the chest, and we can go to the Nether. So many people complain about this feature as being a thing that devalues Minecraft, that makes an achievement that so many people, value about their game and makes it so much easier. I mean, you can just go to the Nether just by finding one of these, right? And a lot of people did complain about that. Mojang actually did address this and update this, which is something I thought was rather nice. That was a cool little feature change. But the real deal of this is that you might think it makes Minecraft easier, but for the majority of Minecraft players, it just makes something that didn't exist for them, functionally speaking, until just now. It makes something like that exist for the first time. And don't you think that's worth, again, making your game slightly easier, or whatever you want to call it? Personally, I would be willing to say that it totally does. I am willing, to have Minecraft be mildly easier for the starting player if it means that some percentage of them can enjoy the Nether. And in fact, I think this is why the Nether, despite having updates to pretty much every single feature within it, I mean, look at this Nether. This is not the Nether you're used to if you played before this update. This is a very new place with new orb generations and stuff like that. I think the reason that they have, changed everything about the Nether, besides the trusty old Nether Fortress, which has remained precisely the same, because again, if the majority of players haven't experienced it, they can now enjoy this classic Minecraft experience. And for those who are still playing, who have been playing for a while, or are just getting back in despite having defeated the End Dragon quite a long time ago, there's got to be something that ties the old Nether to the new, and I guess it kind of makes sense that the Nether Fortress should be that. Again, they've said they have no plans to update it at this time or any time, despite the fact that it's one of Minecraft's worst structures in terms of how it looks. When you compare it to anything new that they craft today, it's super weird, strange, and inconsistent, but part of that is, again, the fact that it's strange, weird, inconsistent is what makes it fit Minecraft so well in some ways, I would argue. I think the Nether update has many things that you could complain about if you wanted to, but I think making the Nether too easy to get to is definitely not one of those, because that is their intention. The whole goal, they didn't make it that way by accident. That was their goal. They want to make getting to the Nether easier, and if adding some of these to the overworld, and adding some of these to the Nether to encourage you to go back to the overworld in a different place, because without this, how do you know that you can go back into a different portal from the one you came in? It's very hard to know if you're not intuitively aware of that, and then that can teach you about Nether mechanics, and that can make your survival experience so much better, which is what it's all about. I mean, sure, as a hardcore Minecraft player who's been playing for 7 years on the same world, who's been playing for like 10 years, actually 9 years consecutively now, obviously, when you look at that, it's like, well, what I want from the game is X, Y, Z, and I think they should listen to hardcore players, but also just bear in mind, we are not the majority. We're not even like a large minority. We are a tiny, tiny minority of players. If you've ever traded 1,000 emeralds, or if you've ever, built yourself a beacon, in legit survival that is, then you have done something that the vast majority of Minecraft players never do, because the vast majority of Minecraft players are so different to you. And indeed, that is where I wanted to end today's video. Just remind you that there are so many different people who play Minecraft. Even when we talk about just the survival vanilla game, it's a huge range of people, because Minecraft is a huge game that allows you to play how you want. No one can tell you what you can and cannot do. And as a result, people do very many weird, wacky things that you're not always going to approve of, but that's okay. You don't need to approve everything that everyone does in Minecraft all the time. You just need to understand that they exist, and maybe this video reminded you of precisely that fact. Either way though, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, you can like this video and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and if you subscribe with notifications turned on, I won't jump in the lava. Are you going to do it? Are you going to be one of the 20% of people who turn on notifications? Okay, yeah, let's be real, you're not. Goodbye.